Namaste, Ali here, and today I want to talk about exploring virtues. The fascinating thing about virtues in general is that what we're learning through neuroscience is that neuroscience is validating this idea that what we practice, we become. So even something like being patient or kind or compassionate or hopeful or attuning to beauty, attending to beauty, these don't necessarily have to be qualities that I was born with. These qualities, these patterns don't have to be running strongly within me from childhood. We can practice these things and become them. And it goes for virtues as much as it's the same thing with skills. We practice a skill, we get better at it. And this is why so many of my meditations are focused around cultivating gratitude. You'll see that on my channel, and it's a thread that runs through my classes as well, because I think it's such an important skill to cultivate, and I've seen the positive effects that it has on my life and on the lives of my students. So another theme that runs strongly through my life and those around me is hope. And hope is one of the virtues that I want to explore with you today. So before we dive into meditation, I just want to take a moment to differentiate hope from optimism, because optimism has been a really important feeling that I generate in my life, and I've been often, described by people as like an eternal optimist or an undying optimist. And this is a really important aspect in my life that I've cultivated, or that my viewpoint on the world. But also, I think that it's important to sort of recognize that hope can be a lot deeper than that. Optimism, I think, can be about wishing sometimes, or kind of wishing in that direction maybe, and then hopefully it might happen. Whereas I feel that hope is a choice. Hope is a courageous choice at that, and based in reality. Hope is based in reality and based in action. And it sees the darkness. So hope sees the darkness, it sees the struggle, it sees the whole spectrum of the reality of the situation, and then it says, and this is what I'm going to do about it. So it sees also all of the good that is possible, all of the choices. It sees the fullest picture, the fullest narrative, so that we can inhabit that and live that sense of hopefulness. And I believe that hope is a muscle that we can strengthen. It's a virtue, it's a muscle that we can strengthen, and it can take work with everything that's going on, just everything that's going on in the world right now, or everything that might be going on in your life at this point in change, at this point in time. But we can practice hope, and it can have a positive effect on the world and on the future. Another thing I just want to touch on is how hope can actually also help us with this ridiculous view that many of us hold of the world. It's this sense of instantaneous gratification. So this is something that's pretty prevalent in our culture, this instantaneous gratification, where we leap into action, and many of us thinking we should get results like right away, and then if it doesn't happen, we like completely give up, or we're constantly measuring the results. And I'm just going to say that in my experience, that's just simply not how things work, and that's not what hope is. Hope is more of a continuous action that you take. It's all about baby steps. Hope is in it for the long haul, and hope enables you to sort of be the change that you want to see in the world. So with all of that being said, let's find a comfortable seated position and explore the virtue of hope together. So you can find a comfortable seat, And then closing down through the eyes. Just beginning by noticing your breath. Noticing the sounds within the space. Relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears. Feeling the breath moving deep down into the belly. Beginning to allow your attention to draw inward. And just noticing, feeling how your body feels today. You begin to nurture, to nourish your body with your breath, with your breathing. So you're taking these soothing breaths. And we'll take a moment to, with the eyes closed, just considering what hope means to you. And noticing how hope makes a difference for how we experience our lives and the impact we can make for good in the world. And just sensing, if you really watch yourself and your moods, your emotions, just noticing and sensing if you feel like you are a hopeful person. Noticing the ups and downs that occur in life. And just sort of sensing your basic view of the universe. Do you consider yourself to be hopeful? Also noticing if there's a sense of hopelessness in any areas in your life. And as you consider the role that hope plays in your life, know that hope is not about grasping for things to be a certain way. It's not about hoping for a particular outcome, for hoping for things to be different that are beyond our control. And also, hope is not about magical thinking. It's not about daydreaming for things to be a certain way. So just sensing if for you any of that is ringing true. If you're hoping for things to be a particular certain way, you're just noticing if there's any sense of rigidity around a certain outcome, or a sense of fear that any particular thing you're hoping for might not happen. Noticing if your sense of hope has gotten small or gotten tight in this way. Sensing your breath, allowing the breath to anchor you. And taking a moment to consider a deeper understanding of the virtue of hope. Hope as an aspiration towards your highest potential. So you might sense that within yourself there's this natural aspiration towards your highest potential for good in this world. It's kind of like a flower hopes to blossom into its fullest form. Sensing how hope is this sense of potential. And how hope can really give us resilience in the face of stress or in the face of obstacle. And hope lets us experience a feeling to generate a feeling of well-being. And even if you look at placebo studies, hope helps us to literally heal and also promotes healthy behaviors. It's this sense of possibility that inspires us into action. So hope really sets us on this course. It sets us on a course. So as you breathe, taking a moment to notice something that you're hopeful for, whether that be for physical health or mental health, holistic health. Whether that be for the future of our environment, of our planet, that we're leaving behind for the future generations, for our children. Perhaps you're feeling hopeful about the future of social justice, the shifts that need to take place for equality. Just noticing what you might be hoping for within this life. And feel into this idea that feeling into hope as an aspiration towards our highest potential. Coming into our fullest form, our fullest expression of potential. Just like the acorn becoming the oak tree. It's a natural sense of aspiration and hope that resides within you. And allow that sense of hope to roll around. Allowing it to roll around within your being. You might notice a felt sensation within your body. Perhaps the sensation of expansion, letting it make the world feel bigger and brighter. Allowing it to make things feel more possible, for life to feel more possible. And could you visualize yourself taking inspired action? So you might see yourself at your computer researching, finding the resources that you need to move yourself forward. As you breathe, see yourself, visualize yourself taking the steps. Maybe you see yourself researching on your computer or reading a book. Perhaps you're researching restorative medicine, or maybe you're looking for a community or an organization that's already working in the field of something that you're hoping to make a difference in. Somewhere where you want to see the future head in a particular direction. Visualizing yourself taking inspired action to find the communities that are already taking steps in the direction that you want to move in. Seeing yourself, visualizing yourself getting things started, and feel a sense of momentum, a moving forward, and a sense of trust. Could you welcome a sense of trust that the right resources are coming to you at the right moment? So you're taking inspired action and you're trusting the resources to come to you. And notice how it feels to be taking action, to be putting the questions out there into the universe and sensing the answers coming to you. And you're opening up your eyes, you're opening up your ability to see the answers, to find the solutions, inspiring even more action. See and feel yourself taking action, allowing this momentum to push things forward. Just taking a moment to feel the effect hope has to inspire you into action. Sensing the sheer power behind hope itself. And this ability we have to live hope in this muscular way, We're building the muscle of hopefulness. And hope inspiring us into the actions that are moving us forward on our own unique paths. And sensing this long view of time, this spacious view of time, that you don't need to figure it all out immediately. And sense how refreshing and nourishing and absolutely critical this is for your journey. So you're viewing yourself in this for the long haul. And sense and feel how you're moving out of this short-term thinking. How it creates a spaciousness. And there's a sense of spaciousness and trust. And as you breathe, notice how there's something relaxing, there's a softening around acknowledging that we are in the midst of a long-term project. And let that sense of spaciousness relax your body, becoming more open and receptive to the solutions and the resources to inspire you into right action. And sensing how in this world, with the capacities for recklessness, the capacities for destruction, we don't necessarily have the capacity to solve all of the problems in our lifetime. But we are seeding the future. We're doing the best that we can with our particular lives. And that is enough. You're sensing this possibility that there can be genuine growth. And there can be genuine leaps forward. And notice if you're getting attached to any particular solution. Could you imagine or sense yourself letting go? Letting go of any particular attachments to any particular one solution. And trusting that the right resources, the right solutions are coming to you. And you're opening up your ability to see, your ability to recognize the next step. Sensing a trust in your true nature, a trust that your true nature is here and it is already unfolding. Trusting this, like an acorn becoming the oak tree. excited, inspired about what is next, what comes next, we invest more in our daily lives, and we can also see beyond the current challenges. So for the next few moments, could you just embrace these following statements? Imagine you're feeling or sensing them, emphatically stating them with your whole body, trillions of cells. The future can be better, can be brighter than the present. I have the power within me to make it so. There are many paths to manifesting my full potential. There are many solutions to the challenges that I face. None of these paths is free of obstacles. And I have the ability to overcome obstacles. There is a source of resiliency deep inside of me. Breathing into the possibility. Hope is a combination of your mind and your heart. A quote from Krista Tippett: "Hope, like every virtue, is a choice that becomes a habit, that becomes spiritual muscle memory." Hope, like every virtue, is a choice that becomes a habit, that becomes spiritual muscle memory. Slowly beginning to deepen the breath. You may wiggle the fingers and flutter the eyes slowly open. And take a moment just to notice how you feel. Notice how you feel after this particular practice. Cultivating hope every day can create hope within our society. So I hope that you enjoyed this practice. I just want to take a moment to mention that we can propel hope into action. And how we do this is through goals and agency and through pathways. So in other words, hopeful people, they choose good goals, they know how to make them happen, and they seek out the pathways that will help to move them forward. So I hope that that sort of visualization was helpful for you. And let me know in the comments below. You might even share with me what inspired action that you're hoping to take in your life right now. Please take the time to build up your hope, and then with all of that hope to spare, help others to build up their hope and build a future that is better than the current. So there's a lot of challenges that we face currently in this life and in this world, and one of the ways that I will be putting my hope into action is next week for Earth Week. I am leading a 5-day challenge where I'm inviting people to just come together as a community with me, and there's a couple of there's quite a few actually amazing partners that I'm partnering with on this, and we're creating an Earth Week challenge. It's 5 days long, and each day we're going to explore different ways that you can make a difference in your everyday choices and actions, and we're coming together as a community to share resources and ideas and inspire hope into action. So if you're interested in learning more about ways that you can make a big difference, if you're interested in finding a community of people who are already doing the things and making a difference and finding the solutions, and there's so many ways that we can make a difference for the future of our children. So I hope that you'll join me it's April 22nd to 26th, and I'll be hosting it over on my blog. So I'll post a link below if you're interested in joining the challenge. I hope you found this meditation helpful, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. Let me know how you feel in the comments below. Namaste.